We had that scar and I was hurting. Somebody asked me the last time I spoke, what happened? How did you end up changing? Because I'm having issues. It's hard for me right now. He said, my mama, I'm having issues with my mama. I'm having issues with my daddy. I'm having issues with the school. I'm just having issues with my boys and everything. How can you change? How can you change? And I'm here to tell you, again, another story. I remember fighting in one situation that made me know that I was better than that. When you guys see people out there who are doing the wrong thing, I don't care if they're sitting next to you right now, in front of you, behind you, it don't matter. This is about you. You understand? It's about you. You got to realize you're better than that. You don't need to have your face on the news. You don't need to have your face in any situation that you don't want to be in. With me, we was in the 7th, 8th grade. And I was big time involved in gangs, fighting, used to love to steal. I got kicked out of school 17 times my freshman year of high school, 17. And this particular day, we was with some other gang members. We were smoking, we had broken into this garage. And this is here gonna hopefully get you guys to understand where I wanna go. This is the day that changed my life, the week that changed my life. We was in the garage, and my friends was in there smoking, getting high. And then they was snorting cocaine. Alright, we was in the garage, they was getting high, I'm gonna be real, and snorting cocaine. And I never did that. To this day, I never did that. Simply because I didn't want to. My friends would tell me, Larry, why don't you get high, man? You get high, man, this damn you tripping. And I'm like, I'm already tripping. I said, man, you snort this cocaine, man, they give you the munchies. I'm like, dude, I already got the munchies. So it didn't make sense to me. So they was in this garage, and they was fighting. They was smoking, getting high, and drinking. And this other gang member had moved into our neighborhood. And we asked this guy, I said, well, you gonna live in our neighborhood, dude, you gonna have to flip. Y'all know what flip means, right? You gotta join us. This guy said he wasn't gonna join us. Here I am, 14 years old. He said, I ain't gonna get with y'all, and he tried to say call us out our names and stuff. So when we were sitting in that garage, we was coming up with a plot to hurt this guy. We said, we're gonna do something. All right? One of my friends said, let's shoot up his house. Man, let's shoot up his house, man, for real. And then I said, nah, man, we ain't gonna do that. You saw those kids there? See, I'm gonna be real with you. I said, you saw them kids, you saw them old people there, they ain't do nothing to us. And so my other friends said, you know what? Let's burn down the house. Let's burn down. I said, nah, man, why would we do that? We're not gonna do that either. It doesn't make sense. I was a nice guy. I said, let's just catch him and beat him up. I'm the nice guy. So, the next day I go to school, y'all, I don't see none of my friends. I don't see none of my friends with me. And I'm asking everybody, where's Randy? Where's Mark? Where's Richard, man? Where's Spoonie, man? I didn't know where nobody was. And so I was thinking that day, I said, you know what? I hope they didn't go up there and shoot up their house. Because I knew they were doing something that they didn't want me to know, because we go to school all the time, so that wasn't no big deal. So I'm like, I hope they didn't go and shoot up their house. I said, I hope they ain't go and burn up their house. And so that day when I was on the bus, I got off the bus. And when I got off the bus, I remember this like it was yesterday. I get off the bus, and the house, it was a street like this. The house stood like right here, going on the street like that. I get off the bus. When I get off the bus, the block where the house was at was blocked off. Police had stopped and blocked it off. So I jumped off the bus. And as soon as I jumped off the bus, I looked, and I see this house burning up. It's on fire. You got fire trucks, police cars, and everything. Burning up. I was nervous, and I was mad. Because I was mad because they did something I told them not to do. I was nervous because I didn't know if somebody died. I didn't know what happened. So I jumped off the bus, and I was running towards his house. And as I was running towards his house, I heard somebody say, Larry! I looked over. It was one of my friends in the backseat of a police car. I remember the police had the door open. He had his foot on the door. And my friend was in the back seat. And And as my friend was in the back seat, he was trying to look around the police. He said, man, guess what, man? They said they're going to give us 5 to 10 in IYC. IYC was Indiana Youth Center. I was in Indianapolis. Indiana Youth Center was like a prison. That's where Mike Tyson went. And he didn't get out till he was 30. So we knew that you could stay there for a long time. They said, man, we're at IYC. They're going to take us to IYC. And when I saw that, my friend in the backseat of the police car, I looked around, they had another one in another car, and another had them in separate police cars, I guess so they won't get their story together, right? So when I see my friends, and they crying, and I'm standing out here with all these spectators, I said to myself, you know what? I'm better than that. I said, I'm better than that. I wouldn't have done that. And I want everybody in here, I don't care what that person next to you was thinking, if it's not positive, I want you to realize you're better than that. Doesn't matter where you come from, you hear me? Doesn't matter what you have, what you don't have, it's all up here. You're better than that. You understand? That experience changed my life. I went back to school, started studying, became an honor roll student. Went to college, graduated from college, even though I didn't get accepted. But I still knew that I was positive enough where I was going to graduate. Went to college. Today, I've been married 22 years, got 4 boys. My first son got accepted to Harvard. My second son got accepted and is playing for the Naval Academy. You know what I mean? My third son is at Parkview High School right now in the top 10 ranking. He got above a 4.0. I don't even know what he got no more. You know what I mean? But if he got an A, he's like, Daddy, I got 100. You already got an A, but he's competing with his friends, you know, to do. I mean, he's only a sophomore, but he has junior credits and got accepted to, did not got accepted, but getting letters from Yale, Harvard, MIT, all these different places. And I can show you. You know, I think it's all because one day I realized I was better than that. You guys have to realize it too. If you don't realize it for yourself, realize it for your kids that you're going to have. Realize it for your wife and husband, hopefully, that you will have. You understand? Realize it. That's who you are. That's what I'm about. That's what this is about. As I close, I'm going to say one thing. One more thing. I was coaching basketball in Gwinnett County, Lilburn. I was coaching basketball, and I had this kid who was from India. Kid was from India, right? And this kid could not play basketball. He couldn't dribble. He couldn't shoot. I mean, he like, but I had to let everybody play, right? Because that's how he was like a 10-year-old. You got to let everybody play. So he out there, this dude could not do anything, athletically. But he said something one day that inspired me. It helped make me choose him as one of the MVPs at the bank. Every day, he would come to practice. He would say, Coach Veal, what can I do to get better? That's how he would say, what can I do to get better? He knew he wasn't no good. I mean, the boy couldn't shoot a layup that was right there in his face. But every day, he said, what can I do to get better? And that's what you have to say. What can you do to get better? You know what, teacher? I know I'm failing right now. I know I don't really get the concept with this math and calculus or this. I know it's hard for me to sit still, but I'm going to ask you something. What can I do to get better? You hear me? What can I do? Let me hear everybody say, what can I do? To get better. Because I'm going to tell you, the future is yours. You have to make it happen. This young man told me to say this, and I promise you this is it. They said I had 5 minutes. I got like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. When I was a probation officer here on Memorial Drive, Moreland Avenue. Y'all know what Moreland Avenue? Y'all know what Coffee Eastside Boys and Girls Club? How many y'all know what Coffee Eastside? You stay over there? You know what I'm talking about? Alright, you know what I'm talking about. In the 90s, I was doing a group just like this. And there was this little kid that was in the program, that was in the group at Coffee Eastside Boys and Girls Club. He didn't want to listen to what I had to say. He was about 15. He didn't want to listen. I was talking, and every time I say something, he'll stomp, he'll hit the table. You know, I don't want to hear this. I don't want to be here. You know, and he would say it loud. So I went to him one day, and what's his name, young man? Chris, okay. This guy, just imagine this guy was Chris. He felt 14 years old, we're at Coffee Side. I said, why you on this? I won't be here. I want to play basketball. So I don't want to be here. I said, okay. I said, I'll tell you what. I said, if you be quiet, I'll play you in basketball when it's over. If you just be quiet. So I get out there, after I finish, get ready to play him in basketball. So I'm taking my jacket off, taking my shirt off, I had a t-shirt on underneath. This little 14, 15-year-old boy dribbling the ball and go up there and slam dunk, bang! Come back and then slam dunk with the other hand, bang! And then shooting jumpers, man, like Steph Curry. I mean, back there, he's like, shoot, and they're going in. So I look at him, I said, boy, I ain't gonna play you in no basketball. I said, who you play for? I don't play with nobody. I don't go to school. I dropped out. I went to Freedom High School, and I dropped out of school. I said, boy, you need to be playing. I mean, listen, I'm from Indiana. I know you got game. You got game, man. You need to play. I ain't going to school. And he wasn't going to go to school. He said he wasn't going to go. There wasn't nothing we could do. But he wasn't a bad kid. So we asked him one day, all right, can you get your GED? True story, and y'all gonna know it's true when I finish. This story, you're gonna know it's true. I said, can you get your GED? He didn't believe that he could do anything. I remember this kid looking at me saying, Mr. Veal, ain't nothing good gonna happen for me. He said, my uncle's in prison. He said, I can't see myself off of Memorial Drive, off of Moreland Avenue. We helped him to get his GED. He took 2 parts of his GED. He's supposed to take 3. But he gave up with 2. Because he didn't believe that it could happen. So, we found a college that would accept him with just 2 parts of his GED, as long as he promised to take the 3rd part when he got there. Play basketball, alright? Now, this kid ended up going to this college. It's called Saddleback College in California. He went to Saddleback College. I said, listen, man, if you don't like it, call me. I'll personally come and get you. I'll personally come and get you. He went there in like May, and then I said around July, he called me. I'm like, oh Lord. This dude, he want to go home. But he wouldn't call me to go home. He said, Mr. Veal, I love it here. Man, I'm killing it. They can't nobody play no ball. Can't nobody stop me. I love it here. So he went to that college, and he started studying, got his GED, ended up being one of the top assist leaders in the WAC conference, Western Athletic Conference. Wow. Okay, and then once he went to pass that junior college, he could have gone any way he wanted to go in. We said, man, where you want to go now? I said, you got junior college, you want to come back to Georgia? You want to go to Georgia Tech here at UGA, all that stuff? He said, heck no. I don't want to go nowhere near Georgia. He said, I want to go as far away from Georgia as I can. And he did. Guess where he went? He went to the University of Hawaii. He went to the University of Hawaii, graduated, and because he knew he was better than that, he made the NBA even though he didn't get drafted. He didn't get drafted, but he made the NBA and retired from the NBA after almost 15 years. The person I'm talking about is Anthony Carter. Anthony Carter. If y'all heard of Carmelo Anthony and Chauncey Billups, when Carmelo Anthony got traded to New York from Denver, Anthony Carter was a part of that trade. He was that young man that sat in my group, said he didn't want to listen, he didn't want to be in there, he didn't want to go to school, and nothing good would happen to him or for him. He's a multi-billionaire, now you got to tell him to stop spending money. And that can happen for anybody in here. It may not be basketball, but it's something. It's something with your name on it. And we hope you grab a hold to it. That's what this is about. That's what this music is about. We want to play your tune next time. All right? Thank y'all for listening, man. God bless you.
All right, let's give our speaker, Larry Veal, another round of applause. We're going to go into our next section of music. We have the songs from the 80s, the songs from the 90s,